Hey everybody, I am just Jeff, and I'm joined with Brett Hoopa today, and we are, well, Brett's building, and I'm doing important adult stuff that nobody can see. It's not playing video games, I promise. So, Brett, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're building?
I am Brett. I live in the Pacific Northwest in Oregon, specifically, and right now I am building a bit of a modular. This is a modified from a set, and then I'm doing my own mock on this side. This is going to be a tattoo parlor. So that's
Awesome.
what I'm
So basically, if you're a Lego person or a Lego minifigure living in Brett's Lego City and you need to get ink done and distract your child, this is the area of town to go in.
Yes.
You can send them to the toy store and then get your, maybe Deckhand Smitty fan tattoo on. I don't know. That could be it.
This would definitely be a place I would go because, yeah, you would go get your tattoo and your Lego at the same time. And there's actually an apartment right above it. I'll just live right here.
See, there you go. No problem. Explain to the wife, look, I found my Mecca, okay? I will see you when I see you. Have a wonderful life. That might not go well because, the whole kids and family thing. But, every great venture is worth trying, I always say, sometimes. So, you used to have like a huge, ginormous city. Is that right? From what I've seen on your socials and from what we've talked about a little bit, you got all that fun stuff, right?
Yeah, I used to have this table behind me. Used to be like a whole city layout. Most of it being the modulars with some street stuff, and then I had my own flair to it. I took it down for more of a display model because I was doing all these train shows with people, and that's how I was getting my fix because we were doing like 3 or 4 a year, and now we're not doing any. So I kind of want my town to come back, but
absolutely,
it's up in a little case. So I don't know what to do, but this is basically going to be the same style and size to go with all the other modulars.
That's awesome, and that's so when you are building, that's something to actually keep in mind. Scale. For those that are not on the inside, as it were, they think the Lego builder, and they're like, oh, they're just going to add this, whatever to their town, and it's a building without a back, without a back wall, and like the proportions are all wrong. But for guys like you or I and others, that becomes a whole thing. We have to redesign the whole thing, and we have to mod it so that it fits within the scale of what we're shooting for. And,
it's like this 3-in-1 creator. It was really cool, but it was just not as high. Not quite. I mean, it wasn't built on a base plate. It was just built on some plates, and so I was like, yeah, it's got excellent seed parts to start it, but
yeah. That's I have to battle through sometimes, and then you go from there. Are you going to be adding any of the like little micro toys or anything in there as well, or just keep that standard stock, as it were?
I don't know. So I literally had. Oh, we'll lift this up. This was going to be almost like half a base plate for this and half a base plate for this, but I just realized I didn't have anything else to go above the tattoo place, so I'm actually making this apartment bridge across and be partly on the tattoo. So it's like a 2-story apartment on top of the kind of residential shopping area. So.
That's fantastic. All right, so this question gets asked whenever anyone builds a city mock or anything like that, because apparently that's part of the situation. Is this based on anything in your local area or that you've seen, or is this just like, well, Brett's brain itches and I need to put this into bricks?
No, this is just out of my brain and kind of out of my parts. Like, what could I do?
Absolutely, that's awesome. So, besides Lego, what do you do?
Yep.
What's a hobby besides Lego?
I don't have a hobby besides Lego. What are you talking about?
That's fair. All right.
How many tattoos do you have?
Yeah, you do have a crazy sleeve on your left arm, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. How many do you have?
I have 0 because, reasons. And Lindsay's here. I've actually never gotten a tattoo. I've always wanted one. I've always wanted the no ghost symbol on my right shoulder because one, that's movie accurate.
Yeah.
And two, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. Like, I did the costuming thing and like tried to build my own proton packs a couple of times. Non working, of course, because
Yeah.
But I mean, and just always wanted to get more into it, and I never pulled the trigger on it. There was always something that I could never do. There was always somebody that prevented me from doing it, as it were. So,
Sure.
Yep, just the way it goes.
I would like. It is expensive, like.
Yes.
So the stuff that I have on my arm, I mean, I could easily have bought several sets,
Mm-hmm.
But I did this over time, so it was obviously a love. Like I thought about it for a long time, but it's just like add to it when I can. So,
have you built the tattoo out of Lego and wrapped it around your arm in a day of boredom, or maybe this might be fundum?
No.
Oh, all right, cool.
So the leaves I have, though, I did like lay all those pieces out in real life to see like what kind of seemed organic and what could you actually do. I mean, they're just hooked by the ends, but it was I wanted that to look like legit, like that was a real thing.
Yeah,
they are
sure.
like 125% from accurate, so they're just slightly bigger than a real element, just so you could get more of the detail and it wouldn't be so sloppy when he was working on it.
All right, I'll try not to hold it against you for not going precisely a piece per size on it, but it's all right this time.
Yeah.
So let's see, what do we got? So Lindsay says that she has that tattoo of Bebe and Silhouette.
Nice.
Yeah. And her husband share X's and O's.
Aw.
There you go. Fantastic. What about your Mrs. Mr. Hoopa? Does she have any tattooage or no tattooage?
She does have one. It's just small on this part of her palm. It says the word "free" on it. It's awesome. Like squirrely kind of writing.
Ooh.
So who knows? Maybe she'll get more.
You never know. I heard they're addicting. I heard once you get one, you're kind of like, well, I need 7 more now.
Yes, it's in the ink. They do something with that. So.
It's actually kind of funny. One of my good friends in Arizona, David McKinnon, he owns and operates Dave's House of Art, and he is a Lego nerd like us. He doesn't give 2 shits about the community, and is like, I'm just going to build whatever I want to build. And he also does a lot of tattoo work. Like that's his primary job.
Yeah.
And he's had a couple of people come in asking for some crazy tattoos, even a couple of Lego tattoos, and it's kind of cool that like there's like that cool mishmash of worlds that you and him both kind of roll through, like the Lego and the tattoo work and everything else.
Yep.
So, any thoughts of ever becoming a tattoo artist?
No, I can't draw like Mr. Hinkle can.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't draw at all either. So
I had really have thought about getting a minifig, although I can never land on which one I want to do. But if I did it, I think I would want Hinkle to design it or animate it, because I would want it, instead of just being like a flat, straight on static view, I want it kind of slightly animated like the video games are.
Yeah.
There's like a little bit of hip in there, or movement in their hip and their knees and stuff. So
makes sense to me.
I think at some point, when I land on what I want, I'm gonna have to hit him up.
You should. He's a pretty busy guy these days, though. Just forewarning. Yeah.
I know. I wouldn't be like, "Hey, do this tomorrow."
Well, you should though, just to give him help. But,
Please have this on my desk by Monday morning.
Look, Doodle Man, I need this by tomorrow. Thank you. I don't think that'd go well, and you might be out of friend, if I'm being honest. But he's worth a shot, I would say. So I know that you've been building for a really long time, so I'm not going to bore people with that detail. But I do want to ask, has it always been city for you? You mentioned train shows and everything else. And I know that you've dabbled in some multicolored, fantastic Star Wars ships, but like, what's your like go-to for like building?
my go-to for building would probably be in the city minifig realm. I like building realistic stuff. I have also done like art things. So I've done a mosaic a couple different times, and those are a lot of fun because the ones I like to do are just basically by color. So I could go to my trusty little unsorted box here and just grab greens and just grab blues, and didn't matter what it was, and I'd just make something out of that color.
See, that's awesome because we just both stated that we can't draw with beams, but if you give us some bricks and like the appropriate number, or even just like the right colors or whatever, like we got it. We can really pump out a work of art just by using some silly Lego bricks, which is pretty awesome if you ask me.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite like build that you've done for either whatever, or just like for this is Brett's, I like it, stuff like that?
Probably my favorite thing would be my Troutdale logo that I built, and I ended up showing it to the city, and they ended up buying it, and it's hanging up in town hall. So
yeah, that's that. I'd be pretty proud of that too.
But otherwise, one of my first mocks I did a museum. It's hanging up on the wall and sitting up on the wall. So I'm proud of that one. And, yeah. A lot of small things. I definitely like adding on to sets. Like I like building sets, but then I'm like, oh, I like this, tweaking this differently. So
you like modding a set, which is pretty normal in our world, I'd say. For circles, everybody will buy a set and mod it just a little bit here or there. Yeah. What's your favorite? I'm going through all the cliche questions right now. It's fantastic. What is your favorite set that you've modded?
Probably so far, this one has been fun. This creator house. I tend to make things look more that super clean, polished look. So like I have that 3-in-1 creator ship and some Disney stuff. It's like I put tile on everything, slopes on everything, kind of make it look like a very polished model in a way. So
does that mean that you're not a fan of the studs showing, or is
I do like the studs, but there are times it can make it look like totally different by having it be completely polished. So.
Yeah, for sure. That is definitely the case. I've been in that situation myself as well, because we both build with Lego and these common things happen all the time. So that's the way it is.
Yep.
And how long have you been working on what you're working on right now?
I started it probably about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago? Yeah.
So, but there's been like a week where I didn't touch it at all. So,
all right, I have more cliche questions. Do you use do you use Studio from Bricklink, or do you use LDD Design? I don't know if that's a thing still anymore. Jeez Louise. But what do you do to design the thing that you want to do? You just say, fuck it, I'm gonna just see it in my head and put it into bricks, or you go through a process of getting out the lined paper and the pencils and being like, okay, well, right angle needs to be this degree, and how do you do?
No, I do not plan much. It's the some of the art things I've done, I needed it to look symmetrical, and there's so many pieces that I did not want to be off by one stud. So I did a little bit of my wife helped print out stud accurate spacing on pieces of paper, and then I somewhat drew. So I had to do all these arches and bends to things that aren't going to land perfectly on the stud. So I had to freeform it. So I was printed out. I just kind of laid studs. I'm like, well, this is probably the best angle I can do on this corner. So most things I just kind of make it up as I go. So.
See, that's why you and I can party together, Brett. We feel exactly the same way. I don't do any of the drawing shit. I just put it down and then I hope for the best. The one time that I did do any drawing, it came out poo-poo, and I was like, well, okay then. I was so worried about things looking the correct way or being, symmetrical and being all over that I decided to screwed it up completely. So there you go.
Yeah.
Good times with that. Right.
With the drawing online, like I think that the option of having every single piece was almost like too much. Like I didn't know where to go. So like in my collection, I have a little bit of like, oh, I know I have this. I could probably use that, and that's kind of was my starting point.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had endless options, unless I really saw it in my brain first, but otherwise, I'm like, I need some kind of limitation to work with and to get the juices flowing.
Yeah, for sure. That's actually kind of funny that you bring it up because, like, and like most people think, well, if you just put a guy in a Lego store, or, in a Lego, what they did on the Lego Masters UK show, where they had like the whole background and like, hey, just pick from all these pieces. I think that I would personally be overwhelmed with the amount of pieces that are there and the crazy stuff involved there. Because like, where the hell do I start?
Yep, that's where I would be.
Good times all around. All right, boring question time is done. What do you want to build when you get done with this?
I have no idea. We have a few Christmas sets that we're gonna start rolling out with the family, so I'll probably kind of transition into that.
Yeah.
Do some family building time.
That's always a good time, family building time.
I've got 3 little mocks that I made with my wife that like to build Lego also. So.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, Spot the Magic Ninja.
Spot's here.
Spot's here.
Spot is here. Hi, Spot. It's good to see you, man. Just hanging out with Brett, and I'm hanging out with you and Lindsay. It's a good time all around. So that's all I had. I'm fresh out of questions.
That's okay.
So how? So your interior for your tattoo shop? Do you have like plans for the bed and everything else, or?
Yeah, let me pull this up. I need to do my interior still, but okay. Yeah. So there's my part. It says tattoo on it on the side of the building. Inside of it, there is a little bit of. See if I can. That wall has a whole bunch of printed things that have like tattoo options.
Mm-hmm. 1 second, I'm trying. There we go.
There we go.
Boom.
Turn the light on so you can see that. So those are like all these little printed like little faces and like a strawberry and things you want to add to your your arm. So I need to put. So I added these windows so that way when you're looking straight on, I can put a guy in a chair right there. And I think there's at least a handful of minifigs that have tattoos on them. I know I have at least one, but he's gonna be like sitting there and inking his arm like in the chair, like right in the window. So that might be all I do for the interior there.
Do you have the pirate minifigure that came with the arm with the tattoo?
Yeah, he actually has a whole bunch like on his like abs and his side and that kind of stuff. But there's a mechanic who was in one of the collectible minifig series, and he has chops and glasses, and he's got like fire on one arm, and I kind of pictured him being either the tattoo artist or someone getting a tattoo.
Yeah, that dude sounds like more like the tattooer rather than the tattooee at the time.
Sure. Yeah, he's a professional. He's got like several tattoos.
Exactly. He's a professional. He's just working the system. That's what he's doing.
I gotta find him. Where did he go?
Well, take the time to find him. This show is unprofessional, and do what you gotta do. So any vehicles or anything like that, do you plan to go with the build, or you're just like, this is it, this is all we need?
Vehicles? I don't do a lot of vehicles.
Well, like vroom vroom cars, or buses, or anything like that. Like maybe a bicycle parked out front. Though why you'd want to ride a bicycle after you get a tattoo is beyond me.
I added a sticker right here that kind of like a graffiti kind of thing. And I'm going to add some other ones like on the sides, which you will never see, but maybe back in here.
That's very true. It is funny how how you in particular in this instance add those details that some of us will never ever see, like unless we like look at it from a certain direction. That's just fantastic, because we take the time to think about it. And what would be on the side of this building? Would it be a dumpster, or would it be like the street artist doing whatever? And that's just the fun world of Lego we live in sometimes.
Yeah, I probably will end up taking this one to whatever train show ends up being the next one, or maybe it'll just be a convention. But because these are just fun to have like lined up with everybody else's, and something different to see. So.
All right, so do you build trains too? Am I crazy to think that you would, or do you just do the backdrops for train shows?
More of the scenery stuff, but I have built a train. I definitely feel like I am much smaller in that like knowledge base of working train stuff. The people I'm with, like they do some awesome stuff. So I have built a train, but I do this whole farm layout with. I need to rebuild a house and a barn. Got all these crops and old trucks and tractors and people like just doing country stuff, tire spinning, that kind of thing. So I have a little bit of that layout.
Anything you can show us right now?
Sorry.
Okay. Is there anything you can show us right now?
Maybe.
All right. I suppose I could try to fill this space with mindlessly blathering. So I'm going to try to do that while Brett gets his things done. I hope everybody's having a spectacular day. And do remember the 72-hour live community stream is going on right now. I am not part of that because I did not sign up because I just didn't give a shit. But make sure you go check out some people that are doing things because I know for sure right now, I closed that window. That's cool. I know for sure tomorrow at 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, Chris Gideon's Zoom is going to be doing the thing. So if you want some awesome space stuff and awesome space older dudes talking about space, that's where you go to do that. And Chris is just a super cool guy. He also released a shirt on Teespring recently that is the classic space logo, but with Spaceman Spiff cruising around instead of the classic Lego spaceship thing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. I don't have a whole lot of stuff ready, but here's a little bit of some props that I had done.
That's awesome.
So it's mostly in a huge box that gets set up at the show, and each time it's different.
Ah. Oh, right on. And then you build them modular so that, like you said, they can be different every time. It's not a straight up, well, this cornfield goes next to these apple trees or whatever, the case may be.
Yeah. I've tried, but it looks so much better when it's organic. So there's a lot of like laying the actual foliage the day of and all that kind of stuff. So we just look like it's huge like grids going back and forth. This is the top of a tree house. So I have this whole tree thing and a whole bunch of leaves I could added on it. But this was fun because I took these friends' skis and laid them upside down, snot style, and they make the roof. So
that's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm super boring with my roofs. Like, all right, I've got some flat pieces up here, and we're done. And I've seen like other people and yourself, of course, do these amazing things with like roof and tiling, and it's just like one of those things that I need to work on my kung fu with that. So that's awesome that you can do that, man. That's like pretty fantastic, actually.
Yeah, it all depends on parts you have. So I got these. I'm gonna have to grab it.
Yeah, having a strong collection definitely does help. That's for sure, or an organized one for that matter. We talked about it a little bit before we did things, and
see this piece? So I have this piece, like 1x2 plate with this almost like attached cheese wedge on it, but it's one part. I had probably 1,000 of those in green. So they're going the opposite direction of a roof, but when I did them sideways, this became part of a roof.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I have a whole bunch of these. That's another unique way of doing roofs, besides just the normal slope stuff.
Yeah, I have a pun about roofs, but I can't really figure out how to do it. Maybe we'll come back to that later. Um, um, how long? So you got that instance of a kind of unique, not really kind of, but a very unique roof situation. How did you develop that? Did you just mess around with parts and that was that, or?
Actually, I remember needing to build another little outbuilding. This is kind of like a small shed for my layout, and I'm like, oh, I have a whole bunch of those green slopes, and I got home and realized that they were like kind of going the opposite direction of how I would want them to go as a roof. So I'm like, oh, I guess that's not going to work just by laying them on there. So how am I going to use 1,000 of these? How can I attach them in some other direction? So that was a bit of like, oh, well, I have this. What am I going to do with it?
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And so the second story of your tattoo and toy shop is the apartment where whoever lives there lives there. Is that right?
Yeah, I think this might turn into my Sig Fig's apartment now that I'm like looking at it, making it bigger. It's like, this might be my Sig Fig. I might put him in the window.
That's awesome. So you have like 80% build room and then 10% living. It'll work out.
Ooh, that's good. So this totally has like a bed in it, but I could make this whole section back here like a build studio for the minifig. There we go. Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, you're very welcome. That way he can build things out of the stuff that he's made of and nobody will be weirded out by it.
Yeah. We're living in a town of our own flesh.
Exactly. I got dark real quick. Alrighty. Well. So you mentioned sig figs, and do you have a Brett sig fig?
I do.
Well, you know what happens next. So
he walks away. I'm trying to remember where he is right now. Where's your sig fig?
He is over. Look, man, I don't appreciate being put on the spot like that. He's over there.
Oh, I'll get mine. You get yours.
That's the plan. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Cody O is here. Hey, Cody. Happy you're here, bud.
Cody O. Well, Jeff finds his sig fig.
Yeah. All right, so here's the thing.
Okay, what?
My sig fig's not important because it's somewhere.
Sure.
What's yours look like? See what we did there? Yeah. It's Emmett.
No, just kidding. No, this is really mine.
That is surprisingly accurate.
I've done a few other ones, but I really like this like a minifig silhouette with like this pixelated plates on his chest. And I'm like, I don't even know where this came from, but I like it a lot. And I'm always wearing a hat, so he's got a hat.
Awesome.
But I also love Emmett, so I have quite a few of him, and whenever I see one around, I'm like, I usually buy it if I have the money. I like Emmett. So.
Can't go wrong with Emmett. And I just slipped Cody an invite to if he wants to come and talk to us, because I've never actually spoken to Cody ever. Like, it's just been text messages and then me sending him funny memes, and then Cody realizing this Jeff guy says a lot of inappropriate things, but I like him, so it's cool. So it's great.
Last time I spoke to him, he spoke English. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Because if he's like from somewhere else, then we might be in trouble because I don't speak other things. That's all I got.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can never have enough gray bricks, right?
This is true. Or mason bricks. You can never have enough mason bricks. The little. Yeah.
I've never really built a mock that had like a ton of them in it. I like to do it sporadic, so I can usually stretch mine pretty far. But I feel like I need a lot of gray just to like build up, and then I have to go hunt them down.
For sure. When I was doing the Castlevania mock, started this year. Was it the start of this year? Holy shit! Yes, it was. I was going for a very specific look with the masonry bricks and everything else, and my wife Emily was like, "Well, don't they come in red?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, you don't have any of those." And I went, "No." And she went, "Well, you should fix that." And I just kind of looked at her and was like, "Did you just tell me to buy a Lego?" And she said, "Yes." So I said, "Okay," and didn't look back.
So how many did you buy?
I bought 200 of them.
Huh. Good.
Yeah. Just good amount. It was $20 that I had, and then it was $20 that was gone. So whatever. And I liked it. I bought it from Bricks and Pieces as opposed to going to Bricklink or Brick Owl or the super new one that I just heard about, Toy Pro. And looked into it, and Toy Pro is actually not bad for their pricing and stuff like that. So it might be an alternative if Bricklink ever goes tits up, which I don't think it will, but whatever. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I mean it has changed a bit this year. Was it just this year that it was bought out by Lego, or was it the end of last year?
I think it was the end of last year, and I think everyone under the sun that had a Bricklink store or did something with Bricklink gave their prophecy of doom, and so I don't really see it happening. Like, if anything, it got a lot better, and people got to design things, and now they're it's cool. Like, you can go and buy a fire truck, or you can go and buy that 2x4 stud house that dude built, or that scientists who's a what's it. But get prepared, because it's going to be some money. Like,
yeah. I was reading some of those comments with people talking about
Cody's here.
Ooh.
That's a lovely beard, sir. That is a lovely beard.
Now I have to leave because I don't have one.
It is true. Cody, you're muted for some second. Give me a second. There we go. Now you go. All right, Cody, say something.
Testing.
Yay! There he is.
Fancy.
Hey, this is No Shave November 2017.
It's all right, Brett. Once you hit puberty, it'll be fine, and then you'll have a beard.
Just let it grow, Brett. Let it grow.
Let it grow. Let it grow.
What's up, guys?
We're super bored, and this happened. We were talking on Facebook Messenger, and then I went, well, I'll just fucking do this. So here we are.
Nice.
Yeah, so what are you working on, Cody? I already know because you showed me because we cheat. But you tell me.
So, real talk, last night all I did was clear off this Lego table because I just got done with my virtual lug meeting that I was running. So I stayed up till like 4 a.m. clearing this table off, like getting the light set up and the new camera going so I could actually like do a virtual meeting. See, and this is the other problem. Someone left the door unlocked and then the angry minions come in. Go away. It's my birthday.
Oh.
Kid problems.
That is an awesome shirt, though. I'm going to put you on the big screen momentarily. Yeah. See, that's cool.
This is what's going to happen soon because I'm actually going to be building the Batwing, the Batmobile, and the mini Batmobile, and I'm going to watch some Batman movies. So that's why the shirt today, that's the plan. This afternoon and evening, I will be in Batman mode.
So, make sure you watch your favorite Batman and Robin. I heard that one's really good. Haven't seen it personally, but
yeah, I like the first two for sure. The other two are rough, but I really like the animated series, so I grabbed the animated series too, just in case. So I probably won't need much, but
Master of the Phantasm is on Netflix still, so I don't know if you've seen that one. You probably have, but I mean,
the Killing Joke one, or
no, the Batman Master of the Phantasm, the Conroy Hamill Joker cartoon that came out, or movie that came out that was based on the TV series in the early 90s.
I feel like I've seen it. I've seen most Batman things, so.
Yeah, for sure. So that is a spectacular shirt. It is also reminiscent of a possible new shirt that you just bought. Is that correct?
Oh, I did buy it. It's coming.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I bought the Fazoom shirt with the classic space. So.
And, it's Spaceman Spiff. You can't go wrong. So that's 2 copyrights he infringed upon. So here's hoping for the best.
Yeah. The key is I usually buy from what is it? T Fury, I think is what it is. So they kind of have that. They run the shirt for the one day, and then you can't get it anymore. So they avoid the copyright because it's like they did it for a day and then they stop selling it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Weird.
to avoid some of that.
Mr. Hinkle is having the same thing with his business right now and some of his stickers. The big Lego in the Sky has been putting the kibosh on him doing anything. So it's kind of a bummer when that happens.
He's definitely pushing that envelope of I did get his legally compliant shirt that had the minifig head with the outline and the check mark, right? I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, the legally compliant is pretty good, I gotta say.
I think
I might be picking up his Mandalorian stickers. I don't know yet, but he's got a pretty cool Mando helmet rig, and he's got a pretty cool The Child sticker, so that might be a thing. I don't know yet, before they get taken down. And I know that if you ask him about certain stickers that he was supposed to take down, you can get them. So just a heads up for anybody who's wondering where they can get some Hinkle stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. He can't sell them publicly, but he might have some. You never know. Legally speaking.
Mandalorian's so good. Oh, so
Have you seen this week's old episode, as it were?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite one so far.
What's that?
It was my favorite one.
Yeah, it was good. It was interesting. I don't like filler episodes. This felt like a filler episode. I really just want to see Basoka. That's her name. It's not Ahsoka. It's Basoka.
What's Basoka? Like, I don't get it. I know you post that all the time, but what is Basoka? Like, I don't. Is it
it's just me giving shit to Steve?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, I got excited about it one day because I saw something, and I know that Ahsoka is his favorite character.
Yeah.
It means that I think we're friends when I give you a hard time. So
you don't give me a hard time ever, though.
I don't, because you're the nicest human being on the world, and if I do that, I'll feel like a dick. I don't know Steve that well, so whatever. That's
okay. Steve can definitely. He likes to dish it, so it's pretty funny. It's good to get his goat going. So
he's gonna give me a purple nurple if we ever meet. I can feel it, and it's not gonna be good. I'm a fat, and I got man boobs, and it's just not gonna be a good time.
You'll be lifted off the ground. Yep.
I hope not. He'll be super strong if he can do that. That'd be kind of dope to see anyway.
Digress.
A little bit. That was.
I'm pretty sure that Basoka just means badass Ahsoka.
Okay.
It's combining badass and Ahsoka.
It actually. So the truth behind it is that I know some serious fanboys about Ahsoka, and I get really just tired of hearing about how great she is because I don't think she's that great.
She's cool. But
yeah, I would have preferred her in the Star Wars movies that we got recently, as opposed to what we got. But I don't think that highly ever at the end of the day, and I guess I'm a bad Star Wars fan.
There's lots of types of Star Wars fans, so you're good. You're covered.
Fantastic. All right, I got it from word on high from himself, Cody O. So if anybody gives me hell, Cody, I'm sending them to you.
That's fine. I can be a bully. I do have my BBG official gavel steak knife. I can knife them.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Ooh.
So this is the official BBG steak knife gavel.
That's fantastic.
Are you telling those like in a set of 6?
One of the founding members, when we went out, he made a joke that the steak knife would be our gavel. That would be like our official thing because we like meat, right?
Yeah.
So I jokingly, because he said that, I brick built one with our little BBG thing on it.
I love it.
So
fantastic.
I'm rocking my BBG ring.
How does one get such wonderful jewelry and/or hats, sir?
Well, that's our jam, man. If you want a hat, just let me know. It's just
I believe I have, sir.
Send me a hat. Send me a hat, and I will get it embroidered for you. No problem.
Very much. I appreciate it. We can't give one to Brett, though, because he doesn't have a beard.
No, it would. So the triumvirate is me, Steve, and our friend Castle Corey, which you probably don't know because he doesn't do a lot of stuff online. So that's the BBG triumvirate that actually have to vote in members. So
wait a second. Which one of those assholes voted me not in the first time I applied? I have words for them.
it was both Corey and Steve were a little, yeah. I'm like, I want to bring everyone in. I'm like, everyone needs to grow a beard. Brett.
Have you heard of sausage lug?
Yeah.
Okay. There's sorry.
I don't know what sausage is.
Hey, I got this cool patch, though.
Yeah, that is a legit patch.
On my little hat guy.
There
That
we
is
go.
pretty cool. That's awesome.
This is from Brick Rogers. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So who runs Sausage Lug? Is it like just loosely, just for fun, or is it actually an official thing?
I don't think it's official because of all the shenanigans that they do.
I don't mean TLG official. I just mean like they actually claim Sausage Lug. So like,
I would. It's either JJ or James. I mean, they're kind of the head honchos.
okay.
It was their idea to do it, so I'm not sure who claims president and vice president. But
I guess is it an official organization? Like, do they actually have official things, or is it just the loose? They just do shenanigans, and that's their jam.
well, I mean, they do shenanigans, but they only let certain people in and
Yeah.
be a part of it. And so
Yeah.
I'm definitely not as hardcore as those guys. So I say, yeah, I'm a part of it, but if something bad happens, I'm not a part of it. So I'm just
Like plausible deniability.
yeah, I'm standing at the door. I'm just barely inside of it. So
Cool.
Fantastic. So, Mr. Cody, I've been talking to Adam as well, but he's part of the BBG as well. And he's been telling
Which one?
With an H, I can't say his last name.
Arendine?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And he teamed up with my boy Vision, and Vision's going to be helping him doing some photos and editing, things like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I realized something kind of silly, like when I looked at all of the members, I'm putting on the big screen. All of our members and stuff like that. Like, I don't build large. I feel like I kind of need to do something large just to be like cement my position.
don't worry, someday you'll hit puberty. It'll be better for you.
I would say size matters, but it matters a little.
I could just stand by my tiny mock and look imposing and be like, yeah, say something.
No, it's weird because like we really wanted to build the brand with like the whole BBG thing, right? We wanted it to be just cool people because, you know, there's a lot of AFOLs out there that are just not really into being in that team, right?
Yes, I know that very well.
Yeah, so that was kind of his whole thing because Corey, the castle guy who really came up with the idea, he is very introverted. He's not very me, right? So we're good opposites. We make a good team because we have the two opposites.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then Steve came into it, you know, we obviously haven't seen each other very much because of the whole Rona madness, but
He doesn't like people either.
you say what?
Steve doesn't like people either.
Steve likes people to a degree. He likes numbers. He likes promoting the Lego Star Wars fans, which is fine. We have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of drama because there was a separate Star Wars group that he fractured from that guy that was doing it. His name's also Steven, and the whole fracturing was, you know, kind of a hot mess of, but yeah, Steve, I don't know. Steve's got a lot going on, a lot of life things. So that's what happens, right? Your hobby becomes a secondary thing to your life things. So
That's not always a bad thing.
Okay.
You know, it's not always a bad thing when that happens. You know,
Yeah. I mean, he's got a girlfriend now, so hey.
All right, good for him.
Good for Steve. He's probably with his girlfriend today, so that's, you know, that's always good.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing better than a supportive woman in this hobby.
Hey, yeah.
It's very true. Holy smokes, it's very true.
Mine usually gets mad about this right here. Over there. Sorry, this whole new camera pointing thing isn't intense. I know it's a struggle for everyone, but
no, I tried talking about Brett's tattoos or something off camera earlier tonight, and I was like, it's over that way. It could be it's too your left, my right. Oh, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, my wife usually only gets mad about the stack. That's what she usually gets mad about.
Well, I mean, those are just all the gifts that you're going to give out at Christmas for the children, right?
Yeah, the children. You still need that 501st pack, Brett?
I got one from Walmart. It's in the mail.
Yes,
and then,
awesome.
And then I got Lego store yesterday, and they have them. So
nice.
But they're sold out now. But.
Yeah. So, real talk, how much did you guys spend last night at 10 p.m.?
0.
Nothing.
So I ended up cashing in points yesterday because I didn't want to do it today on a double points day. That feels kind of bad. So I have something to build later.
Yeah. The only thing I was really looking forward to attempt to get, which is kind of silly because I was telling Brett how I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, was the frigate and like all the nonsense that survived around like that the last few days. It being
so
gone.
I ordered the Stormtrooper helmets, the white ones, the bust or what? Yeah, the helmet. But I ordered 2, and I qualified for the Han Solo keychain again, and I was like, yes.
Nice.
I rationally bought the Razor Crest too because I wanted the keychain and I hadn't got it yet, and I was like, yeah. So I bought, and now I'm like, maybe now I can actually put one on my keys because it's like dense metal and it is lovely. Like I was like, why don't they do this more often? Like really, I love the figs on a keychain, but they're not going to last. The keys destroy it. Why are you making keychains?
Yeah, I got Boba Fett on mine right now, and he's seen some better days. Like it's post Boba Fett, after Sarlacc Pit, I'm pretty sure is what I have. So
yeah, this whole wall right here is just keychains. These little things right here are just all keychains, just hanging on the wall. Like,
I say that that's all Batman Hot Wheels, and that's all Batman. So I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. You know what?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's Batman.
Can't go wrong with Batman.
No, you cannot go wrong with Batman.
I also have a new box full of Batmobiles that I need to put up. So
sweet.
Yeah. Dick Smith is fan mail lately, so there you go.
There's a bunch of Clayface right there, up in there. Because I wanted that nougat, all that fancy nougat plate, so I could part it out. Thanks, Batman.
Are you going to make a gigantic Clayface?
No.
Oh, well, all right then. Cool.
I'm weird. I'm like a terraformer. I really like building landscape, and so I do a lot of landscape stuff.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I actually built was a volcano, like a pirate island, but it was still a volcano. And yeah, it was. I had like the beach, and it's all built up. And
so when you tell people about your volcano island, is it this is my pirate island, or this is my volcano with pirate stuff? This is crazy.
Yeah, it's basically a volcano with pirate stuff on it, right? So it was the biggest mock I had ever made.
How large was it, if you don't mind me asking?
I want to say it was 9 base plates by 10, 11, 12. I don't know. It was...
Lord. So intense is the right answer, no matter what you say about it. Jeez,
it was huge.
So you got 100 base plates? You're talking 100 base plates total?
Yeah, ish.
Wow.
Me and Adam Herendine actually did a display at Brick Slopes that was like, I had the pirate volcano and stuff, and then he had like a Islanders island out here, and then he had like an Imperial fort, and we had a bunch of ships. And so it was like, the whole display itself was like, I don't know, 30 by 30 base plates. Like it was a lot of base plates. We did a lot of water. I have 30 pab cups of trans light blue studs. So poured that out there, all shimmery. You know, people love the shimmery. So
yeah, that's cool.
What show was that at?
It was Brick Slopes probably 3 or 4 years ago. Ish.
Would we be able to find any of that online anywhere in case people want to check it out?
So I know Brett just started doing the Instagram Lego thing, and so I'm trying to go back through and adding old photos of my builds because I have some on Flickr under Captain Cutthroat, but I haven't been doing a really good job. I've never been good about photographing or uploading online, so now I'm trying to be better. Yeah, it's struggle. Like it's just I'm not built that way. Like all these guys are building all this crazy stuff, and you're like, okay, I guess I don't. I build to make me happy, right? So I build what makes me happy and not everybody else.
No, completely understandable. That is still how I build. I just remember to take pictures, I guess.
I've gotten a lot better about taking pictures. So yeah, because I'm gonna start doing streaming more, I'm like, okay, I need to start uploading things. So you will see in the near future. I mean, if you wanted to like hardcore stalk me and go back through my Facebook page like 3 or 4 years ago, you can see it. So I know it's on there, but
yeah, that's a lot of time. I don't know.
That is a lot of time because you always do the phone upload, and so you're like, oh, no problem, phone upload. Oh, 7,000 photos. Scroll through Facebook on that.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
ain't nobody got time for that.
No one. So of the two big bat things that you have, what is your favorite bat thing that you think you're going to build?
I do like the Batmobile better than the Batwing. The Batwing is super cool, but something about that classic Batmobile. I don't know. I'm not exactly like Boone, but I do love me some Batman. I'm like, Batman's my guy, and I really like Batmobiles.
Yeah. My
Batman's actually the 1980 or the 1990s animated series Batman, the very first season, right? That's my Batman.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
I'll probably eventually I'm going to mock that Batmobile, but this 89 is a close second for sure.
Well, I'm just saying, if you build the Batmobile, you got to build the Batcave to go along with it.
Yeah, I do have a lot of slope.
Plus, Cody, you could just build a cave and then throw Batman stuff in it.
With a volcano.
With a volcano.
It's true. My current mock plan, not that I'm going to get there for a while, because I really have to be motivated by a show to really want to build mocks. Mm-hmm. And since there hasn't been any shows or anything, it's like mocks, man. I've been building sets and been very happy building sets. So, but my next big one is I'm actually gonna work on a Darth Vader's castle. That's my plan.
Nice.
Castle or fortress? What's your take?
Castle.
Really? Okay.
I don't know. You type it into Google, it's like Darth Vader's castle, on I can't even think of the planet now. Wow. This is Dream Brain. This happens.
This is what
is it Mustafar?
Mustafar, yeah. Yeah. So it's that big pointy one that you get that quick glimpse in Rogue One. You just get a couple of shots. They have it at Disneyland in a case up on that rock ledge with the lava. So I've actually amassed enough parts to do lava. I've got like a whole drawer of fire elements and orange cheese and red studs and all sorts of, fun things. My last lug bulk purchase was like 3,000 2x4s in black.
That is nutso, man.
So that's the current new mock I want to build. The one I did most recent that was big, I did a first order hangar. And I have about, I want to say around 500 first order troopers out on this hangar. It's torn apart now, but I did that for Brick Slopes 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was my most current big mock.
I have this police station that's not finished.
You what?
I have this police station. Not finished. That's my big mock.
That's a great mock.
You just dump a whole bunch of water around it and fire, and you just call it your police station volcano.
It could be a volcano police station.
Yeah. I mean, my pirate thing was so large in footprint just because of the water. We just, you throw out some base plates and some studs, boom, there's another base plate, right? You can go for days.
That's fantastic.
Oh, That's what it was. I think it was 27 this way and then 9 this way. It was the total thing, I think. Yeah, it seems vaguely familiar. It was crazy.
That is large and in charge. Good job, Cody.
Yeah, I was probably pushing over 100,000, 200,000 parts. I don't know. Nobody counts
hard
that.
to say when people ask me how much my mock is. I'm like, oh, that's probably 100,000 pieces in here.
Yeah.
I just say it.
Yeah, I don't count. I'm like, there's no way. You're not going to take the time to count out every little thing. And I'm a terrible planner, so I don't actually plan it out. I kind of have like the general idea, and then I just keep going. And I'm like, oh, I need more,
Yep.
Brett and I were just actually talking about that earlier. We're like, we don't plan shit, apparently. We just like go. But, there you go. So, yeah.
Everybody has a different style. There's a lot of different styles of how people plan out builds. And I wish I planned better. But, yeah, I just grind it out. I'm just like, next bricklink order, next bricklink order, next bricklink order.
That's awesome. I
like not planning. This room is 10 by 13 studs. Who does that? Why not 12? Why not 14? It's 10 by 13.
10 by 13.
Same thing.
Same. The police station is very uneven, and I've had to get creative rather than tear the whole thing down and just make it even.
It makes it harder for roofs and stuff, but I mean, if it's unique and you like it, who cares, right?
That's pretty much where I'm coming from on it. Cody, you know this. Like, for the longest time, I was building for the wrong reasons, and then it just kind of dawned on me, I'm just going to do this for, me and not anybody else and stuff like that. So, yeah. I like my police station. I'm proud of it.
It's great.
Anyway.
This was my Thanksgiving mock for my meeting for ULUG. So we were supposed to build food items. So this is my jellied cranberry sauce.
Straight out of the pan.
And my mom always had like those wooden trays from the 90s, right? So like, here's the wooden tray.
That's fantastic.
And because I like the studs, it wobbles a little. So I'm like, this is perfect. It's just like a little jelly.
I love it.
I sent someone else an invitation, and I'm going to call him a coward if he doesn't show up the next time I talk to him. So hopefully he'll show up, but I'm not going to say who. Okay.
I have a knife I can threaten.
That's true. You do have a knife. One moment.
And you've got some jelly stuff.
I don't have my pirate sword, however. It's currently being used to... I'm getting a scabbard made so I don't have to lug the sword, and I can just carry it on the body instead of in the hand. So Brett saw me running around in Oregon with it, so he knows.
You ran like to the coast with it too.
Yeah, it was great.
Remind me, did you go to the sunken ship in Astoria, the pirate ship up there?
We went just to the beach where the rock was, Haystack Rock. Yeah, we didn't go to Astoria because things, but and it started to rain, so it was cold. It was very cold.
I didn't get an invite to that, by the way. That's fine.
Next time?
That's fine. There was your car was full and I was doing stuff, but don't be afraid to reach out.
Real talk, Steve was driving the truck, and kind of we do what Steve said at that point because Steve was driving the truck. So
mutiny? You've never heard of that? You've never heard of mutiny?
I mean, he's got a point.
We'll have to take this offline. We'll take it offline. Mutiny is kind of a sensitive subject since I'm a pirate, and I'm technically a captain, so mutiny is kind of scary. It's a dangerous word to use. So
don't worry, Deckhand Smitty will prevent all mutinies. It's fine.
Right.
He's on your side. It's fine. It's fine.
Brett, next time I would love for you to take me on a tour in Astoria. Next time.
Okay. Are you into museums or other like touristy things, or what do you?
A little. I mean, I like ships a lot and dinosaur things, so I will occasionally do those other things, but
Are you into aviation at all?
I do like aviation museums. They are cool. I go to one. There's one here in Utah Hill Air Force Base. They have a nice, cool museum.
Nice.
So
We have the Spruce Goose here. Howard Hughes' big plane.
Fancy.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be cool to see.
It's not too far. In fact, it's on the way to the coast if you go that direction. So
nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sad to think because the future. I don't know how soon I will be back in Oregon. So, yeah.
But when you do, I'm pretty sure that Mr. Brett and some others will make it a fantastic time for you.
Yeah, I think everybody should come visit me. So
I want to
in Utah.
It's the plan. Emily and I have talked about it a couple of times, and I think we are going to try to make it out there for next year. Depending on the universe.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a talk yesterday. I guess this is on the internet, but hypothetically, we might be doing brick slopes in August. You guys are the first ones to hear it. I haven't said that anywhere else. So
yeah,
wow, that'll be awesome, and plenty of time to travel and plan.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard because we really like doing it in May, and we like doing the whole May the 4th tie-in. We really like the Star Wars stuff. I'm a Star Wars fan too, so it's hard to,
Yeah.
Hi, Melissa.
Hey,
Melissa.
So yeah, I really don't want to go out of May, but the way Utah is right at the minute, I really don't think we'll be able to do brick slopes in May. So
is it kind of horrible there with what's going on? Or?
The governor just put in a state mandate for masks. They can't gather in more than 10, just that crap. And honestly, they said they're trying to have vaccines rolled out to the public by June. So realistically, there's no way we'll be able to do an actual convention in May like we wanted. So
no, unfortunately, but at least hopefully by then we will no longer be living in pre-Mad Max future timeline.
Right. It is that. Isn't Mad Max 2021? Wasn't that the year? I can't remember.
Yes, it was.
Danger.
Yeah. The Star Trek nerds that I hang out with, that I talk to on the interwebs, we've all been saying that we've been living in the mirror universe up until now, so we got that going for us, I guess. So
there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hopeful that it'll be August, but I don't. Yeah, it's everything's hinging on another thing. So it's like you hurry up and wait some more. I mean, Brick Rodeo, they listed they're going to do an in-person con in July in Texas. So
that's cool. Yeah.
They're the first con to actually announce an in-public con or in-person. And I did register for Bricks LA for the virtual. I went last year to Bricks LA. I had a great time. Mm-hmm. That was the beginning of the year. So 2020 wasn't terrible. Got two good cons real quick. Yeah. Bricks LA and Bricks Cascade. But yeah, I don't know. It was hard because then I had to cancel my own and it was a sad day. So
yeah, that's oof. That is one thing about this whole nonsense of a year. The three of us, well, the two of you were already friends, but the three of us would have never become friends if none of this crap ever happened. You know what I mean? We were building up to that over time with talking in the spotlight chat and everything else. But I mean,
yeah,
here we are now, and it's kind of awesome from my perspective, but horrible because of all the things that are going on. But I kind of like that I've met all these new people and I've got friends that are all over the place. What about you guys?
It's funny because I met Brett in person this year in March, and he's just and we just went to lunch, showed up, went to lunch. And it's ironic because I was actually just unpacking my Bricks Cascade, just a few little things, and literally, boop, boop.
Oh, my business card.
Yep, this is right here on my table because I was just unpacking. That's how long it's been since I touched the stuff, so it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
but yeah.
My sign's right there also.
So yeah, it's kind of cool because I don't love the virtual thing. I'm much more in person, want to hang out. That's always been my style, but I'm definitely enjoying these brief moments. I don't know, I escaped from my family for a minute. Probably shouldn't have, but
yeah.
But yeah, it's great to actually have friends all the time, you know.
Yeah. I needed to get Dave in on this. I forgot to send him a message, but I will the next time that I think we try to do this. So, yeah, for sure. Emily's going to be home in like 50 minutes, and I need to make dinner. So, I got to go, which is a bummer. But,
yeah, it's good, man. Hey, it's good to hang out for a minute. I'm just happy to be here. Oh, Brett's got the thing.
So
Yep.
I've got some stuff.
We're going to put them on the big screen, and then the two
There you
big
go.
guys. There we go. All right.
There we are. So that's I'll work some more, but that's where I'm at.
What are you building? Are you building just a custom?
So this was a 3-in-1 creator set that I've made bigger and larger, and
Nice.
so I thought it was going to be just it on this side, and then something on this side, and then I realized actually I want the apartment to kind of like brace over both, and then this bottom part is my tattoo parlor.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
That looks great.
Yeah, so I'm working on getting some details in there.
That's legit.
Alrighty. So, dudes, thanks for joining. Cody, it was finally nice to actually get to talk to you and spend a little bit of time.
Yeah, no,
And
I appreciate it.
anytime, dude. And Brett, it's always fun. So, thank you very much. A couple of things I'm going to throw out there. Don't forget this Friday, Black Friday, the 27th, is the Beyond the Brick 24-hour stream. I unfortunately am friends with Brian, so I'll be there for a majority of the time. So no cursing. I can't. They frown on that shit. Whatever.
Get it out. Yeah.
It's for the kids, Jeff. It's for the kids.
Those kids. No. All right. So, are either of you doing anything this week where we can catch you?
The idea is not to get caught. That's generally how I go. Yeah. So, as always, may the brick be with you.
Oh, you beat it.
If anybody talks about any secret plans, you don't know nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Brett took my line, so
Yeah.
build what makes you happy.
There you go.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.